This is the Podcast Express, and I'm talking to whoever's listening out there. Welcome to 5 Minutes of Trouble, the only podcast on the internet that discusses the John Carpenter film Big Trouble in Little China 5 minutes at a time. And that's how this podcast started about 8 years ago, if you can believe that. It has been about 6 since the last episode. This, unfortunately, is not a full episode. This is mostly a check-in to make sure that everybody knows that we are still here. Well, at least I'm here. I'm Josh Horowitz from joshhorowitz.com. What have I been doing in the last 6 years? You mean other than just hanging out at home with the kids during the pandemic and doing job stuff? Well, I've been doing voiceover. I've actually done a whole bunch of audiobooks since the last episodes of these podcasts, and you can check those books out if you want if you go to audible.com and you look me up. And done other voices and narration stuff for various projects, even showed up on a couple of other podcasts in the meantime, but haven't talked much about Big Trouble in Little China. And why? Well, there really hasn't been much to talk about. There was supposed to be this new movie with The Rock, some huge remake that was supposed to come out, in 2018? That didn't happen. Of course, The Rock's been busy doing other stuff, but not Big Trouble in Little China. But some of the other people working on Big Trouble in Little China have been busy in the last couple of years. James Liu, for instance, who was a guest on the show, won an Emmy Award in 2017 for his stunt coordination on Luke Cage, the TV series. Even James Hong, still going strong in his 90s. He just got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame back in May of 2022. And there's a movie with him out right now called Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I really need to go see. He was also in the Disney movie Turning Red, voicing one of the characters. So, busy guy. But nothing really new to report other than that. I can tell you that one of the things that I've been doing during this whole pandemic period was listen to a lot of podcasts, just because there's been quite a bit of time. And there was one that I went through that I really enjoyed and just got through all of their episodes, over 120 or something like that. That one's called The Film Reroll, where a bunch of actors and writers and just really funny people put together D&D style role-playing games based on movies. And they take it in very strange directions because everything happens according to the dice. And one of the things that I would just love to hear would be if they could ever do Big Trouble in Little China. They've done many of the 80s films, but not anything quite like that one. But what if we were to do something like that on this podcast, where we get maybe some past guests and maybe some surprise guests be a part of this, a role-playing game version of Big Trouble in Little China in the style of The Film Reroll? Maybe. It'd be kind of cool. I'll have to talk to Brett, see if that's something he'd be interested in being a part of. At least that would be a project to do in between our other big project, which was supposed to happen in 2020, and that was the A is for Atari podcast. That was something where we were going to get my kids playing Atari 2600 games and talking about them and comparing them with the games of today. Anyway, just wanted to give everybody a shout out as we start 2023. So be on the lookout for more episodes in the future. Also check out some of our other podcasts. 12 Chimes It's Midnight, still going. Amy Pavi has something up her sleeve in 2023, so be on the lookout at 12chimesradio.com. Anyway, that's all for now. If you do have any Big Trouble in Little China news, tidbits, trivia, that sort of thing, be sure to share it on the 5 Minutes of Trouble Truck Stop. Still exists on Facebook. A little quiet as of late, but still around. Anyway, that's all for now. This is the Podcast Express, signing off. Thanks for listening to 5 Minutes of Trouble.